Alright everybody, welcome to the channel. I am Deception and I talk about the New York Football Giants. So I know I'm probably the last one to upload about the schedule being released. But I'm sorry, I work for a living, so not able to upload super quick like some of these other channels. But let's get into it. Not only was the 2024 schedule released today, but also the news that the Giants are going to be featured on a off-season edition of Hard Knocks, which is one of the most surprising things to come out so far with this off-season, because I know John Mara has said on numerous occasions that he does not want the New York Giants on Hard Knocks. But maybe it was the pressure for having the 100th season anniversary, and maybe it was a compromise where you're not going to be showing maybe the full preseason. You're not going to be showing any like training camp videos. It's basically just the off season. Just you're going to be seeing things about Saquon going to Philly. You're going to be seeing beef between Martindale and Brian Daboll. One thing that I really wish about this, and this is straight to you, HBO, do not sanitize this. We want to see word for word what was going on in that building during this offseason. I want to know personally if the Giants were planning on actually trading up for Drake May. If that was a smokescreen, I want to put people in the Giants community to rest, whether they think that, them trading up was just a smokescreen and they really just wanted neighbors all along, or they really did want to trade up and they really were planning on giving up 2 firsts and a second for Drake May. I think that'll tell a lot about what this organization feels about Daniel Jones and kind of what we can expect even going into the season. And maybe we want to start scouting quarterbacks that are coming out next year, because like I said, I think that's going to tell us a lot. So I mean that's going to be great to watch. I was curious to see why we weren't getting any Giants Lives videos this year, and looks like that would give us the answer. So HBO's filming everything. So let's get into the 2024 schedule. I'm not going to go over every single one of these games. I'm just going to go over the ones that kind of stood out to me, and obviously the first one we're going to talk about is our first game, week 1. It's going to be at home versus the Vikings, which at first glance, you're like, oh man, Vikings, that's going to be feeling pretty confident about that, at least going up against their defense. But I know they have improved their defense since the last time we played them in the in the playoff game. I know they lost Danielle Hunter, but the thing about the Vikings is I don't think we're going to be able to outscore them with our defense, because you can think you're talking about Justin Jefferson, one of the best, or probably the best wide receiver in the whole league right now, and our number one cornerback, Deonte Banks. He's a rookie going into his second year corner, and I'm not super confident in Banks matching up with Justin Jefferson. And then on the other side, you have Jordan Addison, who is a rising star himself. And with our corner 2 situation being so murky, if we're going to put Cordell Flott, I don't fucking trust Cordell Flott against Jordan Addison. I don't trust any of our cornerback 2s against Jordan Addison. So I don't know, maybe we'll get some veteran help, in the second wave of free agency when there's cuts that are made. But even then, around that time of the year when cuts are made and people become available, you're so close to the start of the season that these guys don't really have an opportunity to get up to speed with the playbook. So I'm hoping our cornerback 2 is on the roster. I'm feeling shaky about our cornerback 1, and going up against a team like the Vikings at home, I know their defense doesn't really scare me, but that fucking offense, man, it scares the hell out of me, and I don't think we're going to be able to keep up with it. Another interesting thing going into that game too is if JJ McCarthy starts, and if we get blown out by JJ McCarthy week one, this coaching staff is going to have some things to answer for, and not necessarily that, I'm not saying that I wanted JJ McCarthy, but if these guys are paid to evaluate these players and this guy ends up being really good, then you're going to have to start questioning their talent evaluation. So I'm going to go into that one hopeful. Hopefully we win that one. But like I said, it's just, with our uncertainty at quarterback, I just don't think we're going to be cohesive enough week one to be able to take on that kind of an offense. So that's week one. Week two, we're going to be going up against the Washington Commanders. And, I have a whole lot to say about the Washington Commanders. I feel like they're being overly hyped this offseason. And I'm not a believer in Jaden Daniels. I don't think he should have went second overall. I think he was more of a late second, maybe early third round prospect. And I'll make another video about that too, just to kind of air my grievances, because, I don't know. Commanders fans are going to find out soon enough, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think that dude's going to be a bust in the NFL, especially playing in a division like the NFC East. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, or when I make a video about it. So that's week two. I'm going to put that as a win for us. Whenever I see the Commanders on our schedule, I'm going to put it as a win until they've proven otherwise, that they're able to stop us. I don't really care what kind of additions that they made, new owner, new coach, new quarterback, but at the end of the day, it's still just the fucking Commanders. So I'm not worried about them at all. At least not right now, until they proven that they're able to beat us consistently. And then so we're gonna have 2 back-to-back away games. We're gonna go to Cleveland after Washington, another 1:00 game. After that, we have our second division game at home versus Dallas on Thursday Night Football. So that's another thing I noticed on this schedule, is there's a surprising amount of primetime games too. The first one being this week 4 against Dallas at home on Thursday Night Football. So I don't really love that, going on a short week, away in Cleveland, and then coming back having to play Thursday Night Football at home against Dallas. I really hope that's not a repeat of week 1 last year, because I don't know, my heart could probably not take another fucking blowout like that. That was fucking embarrassing. And then we go from home facing Dallas, then we're gonna go all the way to the other side of the country, away to the Seahawks. And Seahawks are going to be a little bit of a different team this year than they were in previous years. No more Pete Carroll. It's so it's kind of unfamiliar territory at this point. They're still going to have Geno Smith. This one's going to be a toss-up, so I don't really know what to expect from that team yet, because until further notice, they're an unknown. So right now, that, like I said, that one's just going to be a coin flip. And then after that, we have our second primetime game, Sunday Night Football, flying all the way back home on October 13th to play the Bengals at home on primetime. Hopefully it's Daniel Jones. Hopefully he's healthy and he's playing well at that point. We can see a DJ versus Joe Burrow game. I think that'd be a lot of fun to watch. Oh, another thing too that I wanted to point out with these schedules is we just drafted an LSU wide receiver in Malik Neighbors, and then in our first game we're going to be playing one of the best LSU wide receivers in the league, possibly the best wide receiver in the league, in Justin Jefferson. And then 4 weeks later or 5 weeks later, we're going to be facing the other LSU big time wide receiver in the NFL, and Jamar Chase. So it'll be cool to see how he matches up. with his with his fellow LSU wide receivers, and hopefully we got a good one in Malik Neighbors. I'm pretty sure we did. So that'll be kind of a fun side story to watch out for during the season. And then we're going to be home. So after Sunday Night Football against the Bengals, we're going to be home again, facing the Eagles for the first time at home. It's another 1 o'clock game. The Eagles are the Eagles. They're going to beat us until we prove that we're able to beat them consistently. So that's probably a loss. Same thing with Dallas. And then we're going to be going on another primetime game, week 8. But we're going to be going to we're going to be playing the Steelers away on Monday Night Football. So that's our third primetime game so far this season. Steelers don't know what to expect there. I think I like their quarterback room. I mean, you could say what you want about Russell Wilson, but he's a solid veteran. I think if he's in the right situation, like he's proven like with Pete Carroll, that he can be a good quarterback. And so having someone like him and then another person in the league in Justin Fields, having those two guys in your quarterback room, I think they complement each other well. I think that Russell Wilson can probably help Justin Fields develop. And I wouldn't be surprised if by this point in the season, we're going to be facing Justin Fields. And, and I think he's probably going to have a chip on his shoulder. I'm not a huge Justin Fields fan, but I think he got a lot of undeserved hate. I mean, I think his running ability in and of itself is better than Jayden Daniels. I think if he was put in a position where he had a little bit more help and he was put in a scheme that utilized his athleticism, I think he could really excel. I mean, he's not going to be a world beater, but I think that his athleticism alone can help him win some games in the NFL. So if he was able to work on his ability to read defenses and to throw with a little bit more touch, I think he can actually develop into a solid starting quarterback. So I like their quarterback room. I think that might be a loss against the Steelers. You never want to, take Mike Tomlin for granted. And, I think he's going to have his team playing well like always. And, if we're going up against TJ Watt, if he's healthy at this time of the year, because I know he's been dealing with some injury issues, if he's playing for them solid this time of year, and if we have someone like Evan Neal on the right side of our line, I think we're in a lot of trouble. And whoever is our quarterback at that time probably won't be playing next week because they're probably going to be injured. So, and that's going to be on Monday Night Football. So I'm going to write that down as a loss for now, but we're going to go to Washington again. I think that's going to be a win for us until they've proven otherwise. Then week 10, we're going to go play a game in Germany. Sorry, and we're gonna go play I think this is gonna be the Giants' first game in Germany, and we're gonna be going up against the Carolina Panthers, and this counts as an away game. So that's good that we don't get one of our home games taken away for a Germany game. So that's cool. It's gonna be awesome to watch a Germany game. I think this is the first time the Germans have seen a Panther blitz, almost 100 years. So I think that's going to be exciting. The Panthers don't scare me. Bryce Young doesn't scare me. Xavier Legette doesn't scare me. And who's their left tackle? Okwanu doesn't scare me. So I think we're going to have I think we're definitely, I think we are the better team, and I think we're gonna not have an issue beating the Panthers in Germany. But after that, which is good because we have our bye right after the Germany game, so we don't have to worry about coming all the way back, having our bodies adjust, and going into our next game, which is going to be a home game after the bye, going up against the Buccaneers at home, and then away at Dallas on Thanksgiving, which is probably going to be another loss. I'm probably going to ruin my Thanksgiving again. Then we have home against the Saints, home against the Ravens, away against the Falcons, home against the Colts, and then our last game of the season, which is super weird. I don't know why we always face the Eagles our last game of the season every year. It seems like the last 3 or 4 years, the Eagles have always been the last game. Unless I'm just misremembering, but it just seems like that's kind of been the case the last few years. So, yeah, that's just, that's kind of my general thoughts on the schedule. Not really a whole lot you can talk about. Just, we knew who we were going to be playing, for a while now. We just didn't know when we were going to be playing them. So nothing's really changed. I like the fact that we got Washington early with a rookie quarterback. I like the fact that we're getting the Vikings. I'm cautiously optimistic about that game. If they go with someone like JJ, he's going to be a rookie, so getting a rookie quarterback early, always a good thing. I just worry about those two monster receivers on the outside and our ability to actually cover them with nothing negative against Banks, but I don't have the utmost confidence that Banks is going to be able to guard Justin Jefferson as well as we would need him to. So that game, I think we're going to have to heavily rely on our pass rush. And other than that, it's cool we're playing in Germany, and I think that's really all I really wanted to go over. So that, the schedule, Hard Knocks, I think we covered everything. So thank you so much for everybody for checking out this video. We're just getting started here. I got a lot of videos, planned to be released soon. Keep an eye out on the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment and let me know what you think of the video. And if I'm batshit crazy or if you agree with some of my takes, I probably sound like a rambling madman. But we're gonna get better at this as we go. So thanks again for everybody for checking out this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.